Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, I'm not going to make any big statement today. Just one thing, because maybe some people are a little bit irritated. This analysis is the same I'm providing for paid subs and free subs. The only thing is I reduce the content to the free subs. So option trading personal conclusion is not part of the free subs version. But initial comment, it's the same. So for example, yesterday when I said, hey, sorry for the technical issues and the whole thing, it was for the paid subs. Because of course, paid subs are expecting a service every day. It's something I like to get when I'm paying for something. It doesn't matter how much I'm paying, but you know. So if I'm making such a comment or statement, it's not for you as a free sub, but for a paid sub, just to make it clear. Well, today is Friday. We know that usually Friday is a day where the market is going to calm down a little bit, and I would expect something like. However, let us make a little quick, I would say something like a little quick summary of what happened yesterday. You remember we have actually this trend line here. I said we have two challenges here. First challenge is to break out this trend line, something we finally did. Now we will check the 1 hour time frame, then we will see it in a better way. And we can see what they did is just to break out, to maintain above. We had the try to push down, but they really prevented. And we were just maintaining it, and afterwards, after the retest, they pushed up. The second challenge is the main POC we have there. So indicating we had a bigger volume there, and of course we had a bigger demand, but also a bigger supply. Like we had, for example, even at 16,800, for example. So also here, that's the second challenge. That's this orange line here. That's a dynamic one, indicating where the main POC is concentrated. It's at 19,160. We tried to push up, even not really generating a huge volume, but we failed. And we are retracing a little bit, and we will see. If we break 19.2, if we retest it and we go a little bit more up, so if we stay above of 19.2, if bulls looks like, hey, it's strong, a support by bulls, we want to push up more, that's bullish. That's bullish because that can send us to a higher price. Even to, at least I would expect 20,000, but I would even expect much more to go up to, for example, even 22,200, and we could go even a little bit more higher, hitting 23K, for example. As long as we maintain below of 19,200, as long we can't retest, as long bulls don't generate bigger volume there, because bears, I don't know what they are doing, but they led. I mean, they are sending bitcoins and bitcoins to centralized exchanges, but they are not unloading everything. So, to be honest, it's a new phase, it seems. We need to check why they are doing it. However, that's the next challenge we will have to break. But 19.2 and above of 19.2, it's bullish. It's nothing we can say against. It's bullish. Fundamentals looks like shit. Yes, that's the case. Macroeconomic, global economic, everything looks like shit. But SPY and SPX is maintaining. They tried to break 400, on SPY or SPX 4000, but we have there also a trend line, a channel that we have since since last year, someone after the all-time high. And every time we failed to break it, and every time we dumped afterwards, every single time last year. This time they failed, but they didn't dump afterwards. They are still retesting it, still retesting it, still retesting it. So everything depends right now what SPY, SPX algos are going to do. That's the main point. If they want to push up more, if they want to break out, we have a gamma wall there, a big gamma wall at 4000 on SPX. It's not unbreakable. Nothing is unbreakable, but it will absorb a lot of volume. Only if bulls really want to break it out, where we failed twice with big volume, well, that's then bullish and we'll take Bitcoin with it. That's the only thing. Otherwise, that's the top here. That's it. I mean, if we are not going to break 19.2, we can maintain there, and we will see what option traders are expecting and where we can find the gamma wall. I know where the gamma wall is at the moment, but we will check. So let us go and check what in general the market is doing. First of all, the wealth ratio is declining, but as you can see, it's not dumping. It's at the moment still just retracing, still too high. So nothing happened here. It's unusual to see that. And I mentioned so many times, when the wealth ratio starts to lift up, it's preparation, so the price also can go up. When it starts to go down, it's usually when the sell pressure, when they start to realize their operation and to unload. So we need to see what's going to happen next, because it seems that they have started. So I can imagine we will go and start to go down like we had last time, and usually then after we went up, we went afterwards down once again, and that's something that could happen once again. That's something we need to see. The wealth ratio 1 day time frame, it's at 40, and 40 means in the 30 days moving average it would be very low, even lower than here. So it should push the wealth ratio 30 days moving average down soon. Something we need to wait for it. If we take a look now to the wealth ratio 30 hours moving average, also indicating the same. So the only thing is they let the price go up. So if we start to make here, for example, and we can see what they are doing, right? So they let the price go up, they let the price go up, and now it seems they are rising the sell pressure. That's what they are doing. They are distributing on 19,000, between 19,000 and 19,200. So the wealth ratio 30 hours moving average should start to go up, hitting 85, for example, and then we need to see if it's going to go even more up, indicating, hey, they want to distribute more, and then we need to see if bulls can absorb everything. That's the next stage. However, as mentioned many times, stablecoin reserves was here in October, in November, even end of November was very high, or at least it went up very much. Afterwards in December started to decline to the bottom, then we started to lift up, and it's reducing, hitting, for example, end of December. So stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges is declining a lot, and usually what does that mean? When the waves, usually that means they are selling and taking out stablecoins from centralized exchanges. That's what they are doing. Taking out, sending back to treasury, or just sending to personal wallets, for example. And that's it. Let us go forward. So let us take a look to the flow activity. Well, since now and this week that was really big for the bears, but also for the bulls. And even the bears are not unloading everything what they are sending to centralized exchanges. However, bulls reacting very well. So if we take into account, for example, we had here within 2 hours almost 5,100 bitcoins inflows, and afterwards 1 hour later bulls just outflowed 4,465 bitcoins. That's what's happening. So reacting at the same time. So bears distributing, bulls buying, and afterwards, when the bulls, it seems, detect, okay, that's over, they stop to distribute, then they push up, then bears are triggered again to start to sell. And that's what they are doing now since a while. We received in the last 2 hours, for example, another 2,300 bitcoins. So the inflows are rising, but of course it's nothing compared to what we had, for example, last year in September and July and so on and so forth, where we received huge amounts. It's not the case anymore. So if we check, for example, now the stablecoins inflows and outflows, you can see we are seeing here bigger outflows at the moment than inflows, and also, in my opinion, indicating it's such kind of local top that should bring us back hitting 18k or something. That's something we need to see. I mean, after such a price action, usually the price starts to retrace afterwards. So it would make sense to see a price at 18.3 first, between 18.3 and 18k. And then we need to check what could be the next step. But everything will depend on SPY and SPX. Everything. Absolutely everything. So let us go forward. So this time we start directly zooming out, and we can see that they are still demanding more longs and the aggregated view. They didn't stop. They are still longing. We will see based on CBD that they are just using spots to support the future market, but the whole thing is mainly driven by futures. It's so insane to see that. That's really insane, but it is what it is. So let us take a look here what's happening. We can see that we had bigger outflows. We had here 540 millions outflows. So someone is cashing out big, while at the moment the funding rate is declining. That would a little bit match to the idea that we will retrace hitting, whatever, even if it's just 18,700. That's something we need to see. Open interest is lifting up, leverage ratio is lifting up, and even on Bitcoin related to derivative exchanges, they had an outflow of 6,000 bitcoins, 6,300 bitcoins, while we received 1,800 bitcoins to derivative exchanges. You can see the net flow is extremely negative. Also here related to stablecoins, meaning they are taking profit right now, and also could be a sign that we reached our local top. If we take a look to the aggregated one, you remember when all people said, yeah, we have so many shorts and short squeeze, we will fuck the beer snacks. You remember that? Well, let us take a look to the liquidations, because yesterday was the biggest liquidation we had since a while, and we went up. We went up and down, but mainly up. They liquidated 1,850 bitcoins and shorts, but at the same time 1,075 bitcoins and longs. I mean, that's not indicating at all that we have a lot of shorts to liquidate. We have more longs to liquidate, much more longs. So I really hope that the market is not going to nuke, because then they will, wow, that could be really a bloodbath. But we will see. I mean, I'm absolutely, yeah, checking the chart, not saying anything. I'm not trading. I really don't care. After they liquidated my tiny short at 18,260, so it's really just $1,000 away from here. So they were liquidating my short anyway. However, the whole thing, you can see open interest lifting up, leverage ratio declining, indicating they are using once again more capital while the funding rate is lifting up. The aggregated one is lifting up, and in my personal opinion, it's a really risky situation here to feel comfortable and to push up, because even if we go up afterwards more, I can imagine they will try to liquidate all the late longs and just push down hard just to liquidate them, and then maybe go up once again. So we will see what's going to happen there. That's Binance. Also Binance, as you see, I don't know what happened here to Binance, to be honest. I guess that was such kind of short liquidation, or someone just took profit. Not really clear what happened there, but however, you can see went up, down, now up, and it's only up. Open interest up, leverage ratio once again, it's declining. That's a good thing. But open interest right now neutral, but it went up very nice. So also here, nothing new to see. Let us check what's happening here. We can see that, at least related to Binance, we have 1.2 billion in shorts and 1 billion in longs. The question is what kind of leverage they are using. That's something maybe that the Kingfisher is going to show us. On Ethereum looks better, 55 to 45 instead. And well, Bitfinex getting more longs and less shorts. And that's almost it. They closed longs, it seems. Yeah, and that's what we can see here on BitMEX. It looks, wow, almost neutral. That's crazy. So let us take a look on the Kingfisher. Oh, yeah, thanks. What it's indicating us related to Binance. Optical opti? What is that? I never use that. Let us check. What is that? BTC optical opti. Okay, I really don't know what it is. However, I'm going to use, let us check high leverage. Oh, look, high leverage positions, also very interesting. So, wow, high leverage positions, as you see, they need to go back to 19K and even lower. Everything between 18,400 and 18,000 would be a nice cash cow for centralized exchanges. Now let us use the all leverage as usual, and we can see here once again we have 120 millions in liquidation, so more than before. We had yesterday 100 millions, and if they want to liquidate big, okay, that's the high leverage here, the high leverage positions. But it's everything between 17.5 to 16.4, or on shorts 25 to almost 26. Otherwise, the next close to the price would be 20,700 to 20,500. And that's it. That's absolutely it. We have huge liquidation clusters with a low leverage. So I guess that those 1.2 billions, a big part of it is here instead of here, but I guess also here. So even that's mid leverage, I guess something like 8, leverage 8 to 10 or something. And here we have, 10 to 15 in and higher, of course. So for example, here it should be something like 20, 25 or something. Yeah, that's it. Let us go forward. So let us take a look what is happening on Binance. Binance is just at the moment just reducing. They started here while the price started to went up. They started to reduce, so to market sell, and they did almost 16,000 bitcoins already. It's even more than the aggregated one, indicating that Binance is the biggest bear exchange here at the moment. That's crazy. That's really crazy because the aggregated is doing so while market traders on Binance are selling, some others on different exchanges are absorbing, are buying big. You can see here I just filtered at 5 bitcoins at least, and you can see that yeah, it's not really big what we can see here. It's not, I mean, it's taking yeah, it's let me see, 1 hour almost, yeah, 1 hour time frame to check what's happening. For example, recently someone bought 10 bitcoins, and then close afterwards someone sold 11 bitcoins and 7 bitcoins here. That's only Binance. It's sometimes really interesting to see what they are doing, but that's mainly it. So Binance once again extremely bearish. The market traders, the aggregated spot CBD is pushing up. And yeah, futures. Everything is about futures. Futures is just up only. Bitfinex. What is Bitfinex doing? Well, Bitfinex is still reducing. They bought here once again, but the trend is distribution, market distribution, also doing the opposite of the aggregated one. You can see here, if we make one, you can see that everything above of 1 Bitcoin are at the moment selling more than buying. So we are on Kraken, and Kraken is so bullish. You can see what they are doing. I mean, we are not talking about huge amounts, but it's green, buying on Kraken. It's completely different as Binance, even completely different as Bitfinex. If we take a look, for example, on Bybit, for example, they pushed up very hard, we remember, and then they started to distribute. If we bring here one, nothing is going to happen because it seems they are not trading big amounts, not yet at least. So then we have Coinbase, and Coinbase is, as we know, after they distributed very hard, they started to buy once again. Also here we can just check and put the 1 to see what's happening, because algo trading love to use tiny amounts, and just really tiny amounts. And here we can see one buy for almost 3 bitcoins right now. Usually we should wait a little bit more because it's unusual to see such kind of big amounts. It wasn't unusual in the past. It is unusual now because the main drivers of the markets are algorithm at the moment. And that's the main thing. And retailers, but not that big. However, let us check Bitstamp. Bitstamp, as we know, are absorbing, it seems, a big part of Binance market sales, because they did exactly the opposite. 16,000 bitcoins less, so sold more on Binance by market traders and bids them both 6,000. If we check here, we can see it's almost green. Green, 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 everything is green here. If that's true that Bitstamp is the main retailers exchange, well, we can see that retailers are extremely bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. And then we have Gimini. Gimini have started to distribute, it seems, maybe just to pay their lawyers soon because of the situation with the ECC. Let us take a look here at the moment, also indicating that they are buying bigger. I mean, it's one Bitcoin, that's not that big, but we had here 3.79 and then 1456, indicating they want to push up more the price, and we are hitting once again to 19,200 at the moment. So yeah, they will try. We will see if they will break out, and then it's almost confirmed that's going to be a bullish one, because the only way, I mean, if I would have the volume to break 19.2, that would be the best thing you can do. You don't need to push up more. 19.2 is going to flip to a huge support area, because we just needed weeks to break it to the downside. Means a lot of demand waiting at 19.2 to prevent to let it go down and to break down. So if you break it, you can distribute there. You can sell everything you bought at 16K, 15K, 15.6, 15.7, whatever. You can sell there without any problem. You can maintain the price at 19, 19.2, and they will take all your Bitcoins without any problem, in my opinion. So we will see. But at the moment, really, even bears still send Bitcoins to centralized exchanges, but it's like they are not aggressive anymore. They are not reacting anymore to the price action. They don't care anymore. So like, we dumped everything to 16K and now that's it? For what? I mean, it wasn't a retailer's capitulation. Retailers didn't sell in fear. Instead, they bought more and accumulated. So what was the goal? I don't know. To sell at 15K? 16K? 70K? 18K? 19K? Doesn't make sense? I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. Let us go forward and check what entities are doing, as usual. Retailers, maintaining. They are not, you see, it's not capitulation, it's not fear, it's nothing. They are maintaining. So these guys here reducing. Well, some of them both, I guess, the dip, and why not to sell now at 19K. These guys here lifted up, are declining right now a little bit. These guys here lifting up, looks huge. It's about 3,000 Bitcoins, so not that big. And market makers, entities reducing. Let me check. I need to check on my phone. So I can compare the data from yesterday with the data from today. You remember. So let us start with the biggest entity. The biggest entity is 100,000 to 1 million. We just have 4 wallets there, and mainly linked to centralized exchanges like Binance, Bitfinex. Yeah, this and one. I think one wallet was related to I don't know, Gimini or something. I don't know anymore. I know that CryptoQuant was talking about, but I don't remember anymore. So let us go forward. Then we had 109 wallets related to 10,000 to 100K, and 1,933 wallets related to the market maker entities. Then 14,098 wallets related to entities with 100 to 1,000 Bitcoins each wallet. So if we take a look right now, we can see Of course, the entities with 100 to 1 million, so those 4 wallets, they didn't change anything. They have even the same balance like yesterday. But if we check the entities with 10 to 100,000, we had yesterday 109 wallets. We still have 109 wallets. They lifted up a little bit their balances by 5,000 bitcoins. So these guys, almost linked to centralized exchanges, they received more bitcoins. The market maker entity, as mentioned just a few seconds ago, had 1,933 wallets, and now it has 6 less. 1,927 wallets. It had yesterday 4,583,000 bitcoins, and now it has 4,574,000 bitcoins. Now we are talking about 9,000 bitcoins less. And those with 100 to 1,000 wallets, where, for example, just yesterday we had 14,098 wallets, they have now 14,131 wallets. And these guys, for example, had yesterday 3,919,000 bitcoins, and now they have 3,928,000. So indicating they received 9,000 bitcoins more, indicating that those who had 1 to 10 bitcoins bought more bitcoins. So for example, 1, 2, 3 bitcoins more, and they are shifting to a higher wallet. No, sorry, 10 to 100 bitcoins shifted to 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin wallets. So indicating these small whales are absorbing Bitcoins from bigger entities. So that's what we can see, and they have, of course, still a lot of power. So we are talking that these guys here, and that's why it reduced, bought more and are now located here. Why, for example, some wallets here, they sent and shifted to the downside because they reduced their balances, while these guys, for example, here, as mentioned, also reduces their balances and shifted instead to a lower entities. So let us take a look what market maker entities are doing, because that's something we can see. They are retesting once again 19,300. So if they push more up, it's absolutely clear we can go to 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,000, whatever. I'm going to miss it because I really don't care. I'm not going to buy that shit. Absolutely not. For me, that's a fake rally. I don't know how far they want to bring this fake rally, but for me, it's absolutely a fake rally. We will go down, and instead they are going to push up, push up, push up. It's just insane, but also indicating, yeah, you know, it's 21 million bitcoins. Yeah, so also here the market maker is done at the moment. Didn't send more bitcoins to centralized exchanges. If we take a look here, for example, we can see that the reserves, Bitcoin reserves on centralized exchanges pushed up, declined, and is lifting up once again, indicating we are receiving more bitcoins at the moment. Market is still looking like crap because the activity is still reducing, at least related to spot. On futures, it seems looks like a reversal, indicating it's going up. Yeah, I mean, if they are mainly using futures to drive the market at the moment and just supporting it with spot, makes sense. Miners also here reducing at the moment a little bit their reserves. So they send, for example, today at the moment 1,500 bitcoins, and that's what we can see. And also here, for example, centralized exchange is so extremely bullish all the time, and every time when we have a peak on OTC or network data, afterwards the price starts to go down. But yeah, so we can see Coinbase, Gimini, what is that here? Bitfinex. Yeah, Bitfinex are bullish and they want to keep pushing up the price at the moment, it seems. Let us go forward. So that's Coinbase. You can see nothing happened here. Really, nothing. So they triggered and absorbed some sell orders. That's what we can see, but that's it. If we take a look, you can see they are removing a lot of liquidity to the downside. They still let everything between 14,600 and 14,000. We still have here on Coinbase a protection, but that's it. On the other side, well, I mean, we can go straight to 33,000 if the idea is to trigger all these sell orders, because yeah, that's at least what we can see. The biggest order here is at 27k. Coinbase, Deribit, yeah, even on Deribit we can also go straight to 30k, between 27.6 and 30k to trigger all of them. Otherwise, they will wait below 14k to protect there, and too long between 13.7 and 13.5. That's also here it. Bitstamp, the ultra bullish centralized exchange, is at the moment we don't have anything above, just below. They also here between 14,000 and 13,000 still protecting, even bringing new orders at 9,400, whatever. So also here nothing big at all, absolutely nothing big at all. Reduced also here to the downside, but that's it. Binance, is that mine? Oh, it seems, I don't know why. Well, it doesn't matter. However, on Binance, reducing a lot liquidity to the downside, adding more to below 10,000. I don't know why. They let some walls here, but reduced a lot. So we still have on, yeah, everything below or 13,000, still here a lot of liquidity, protecting at the moment 17.4, and still until 22 a lot of sell orders to get triggered, as you can see. So at least at 21 and 21.5, 22, and that's it. Bitfinex. On Bitfinex, we can see they want at least a price to go up to 30k or 29k, because they have a lot of sell orders, much more than to the downside. At the moment they are here, for example, at 17.8, at 17.2, protecting, otherwise everything below 15k. OKEX spot, nothing. Kraken, nothing. Just here at 17.2, but removed liquidity a lot to the downside, so nothing here. Bybit, nothing. Bitmax, also nothing. Removed a lot of liquidity to the downside. Binance futures, also here you can see why they are selling spot but pushing up with futures. So that's so crazy. That's, they should call it, that's That's a future market like SPY. So we can see here, for example, liquidity at 6,800, 6,900 doesn't make any sense. If we check, for example, here, we can see that between 20k, yeah, it doesn't matter. We have much more shorts to the upside than longs to the downside. And that's what we can see once again. Also here it seems they are protecting 17.6, and at the moment the next protection would be at 19,900. Bitfinex derivatives, just here waiting 11,500, but that's it. Kraken futures. Kraken, look that. They had a big... What happened here, Kraken? That's a little bit fishy here. 19,800. Interesting. Oh my god. That's really fishy. However, at 10,000 waiting for longs at... Yeah, and that's it. That's really it. OKEX futures. OKEX futures 9,000, 8,000, and yeah, we have also here they want to go up to 31,000, for example. So we don't have anything there, to be honest. So I don't see, just here gamma wall, a POC at 29,800. But you can see that they are really taking out all the liquidity, everything. OKEX swap, nothing, and Bybit, nothing. That's BTC USDT. Okay, then let us go forward.